Dear children, today we move on to the next part of our lesson, electricity. We already knew about basic properties of electric charges, transfer of charges between two objects, and working of electroscope, lightning and thunder. In our last class, we have assembled a small circuit, electrical circuit. That is series circuit, parallel circuit, and the difference between series circuit and parallel circuit. Today's session we start with the effects of current. When current is flowing through a conductor, it produces certain effects. These are known as effects of electric current. These effects result in conversion of electrical energy into different forms of energies such as heat energy, mechanical energy, magnetic energy, and chemical energy, and so on. One by one we will discuss. I hope that you have all done this activity. We will discuss the result now. Circuit already we have assembled. Now we will do the activity with some solutions. See now, when we put the wire inside this water, this is pure distilled water. Do you find the bulb glows? No. Now, I am adding a pinch of salt inside this water. Now this become salt water. What will happen when we put the wire inside? You can notice the bulb glows. So inside any impure water, electricity passes. Again we test it with the lime water or the lime juice. Here also the bulb glows. But when we dip the wire inside oil, that's a cooking oil, what happens? Yes, the bulb does not glow. See the difference? Salt water, lime juice. We know already that electricity is conducted by metals. But from this activity, you can predict whether liquids also conduct electricity. Yes, sure. When electric current is passed through some liquids, the chemical reaction takes place in the solution. This chemical reaction produces electrons, and that electrons which conduct electricity. This is called chemical effect of current. So when electric current passes through the solution, the compound inside the solution get dissociate and produce electron. That's what happened really. A chemical change is happening. A chemical reaction is happening that makes dissociation of the solution. For example, if it is a water, what is the formula for water? H2O. It gets dissociated into H plus and O minus. This H plus and O minus are the ions. This is called cation, positively charged, and this is called anion, negatively charged. This chemical dissociation makes the electrons to move through the liquids and makes the bulbs to glow. This effect is known as chemical effect of electric current. The decomposition of the molecule of a solution into positive and negative ions while passing electric current is called electrolysis. What is this process called? The decomposition of positive and negative ion while passing electric current through the solution is called electrolysis. Electrolysis has so many applications. Some of the application we will see. One of the application is extraction and purification of metals. Another one is electroplating. They have their own uses. We will see one by one. Okay, one of the application of electrolysis is electroplating. Before we move on to the process of electroplating, you must know what is electroplating. Electroplating is a process of coating one metal over another metal. Because some metals can easily be corroded or it may undergo rust formation. To avoid those metals from corrosion, some of the metals can be overcoated, electroplated. So what is electroplating? The process of coating one metal over another metal. Now we will move on to the process, how the electroplating process going on. This is a container which has a solution of copper sulfate. In this process of electrolysis, this solution is known as electrolyte. This is going to be dissociate. So this is electrolyte. The metal which is to be coated by another metal has to be fixed with the negative terminal of the battery. Keep in mind, always the metal which is to be coated should be attached to the negative terminal of the battery, that is the voltage source. The metal from which the element has to be coated, that has to be attached with the positive terminal of the battery. Now, here the spoon is the material which has to be coated by the copper. So, spoon is fixed with the negative terminal of the battery. That end is known as cathode. What is the negative end of the battery called? Or negative terminal is known as cathode. And this is the copper plate from which the copper has to be taken away and coated over spoon. This copper plate is known as, or the copper rod is known as anode. This anode must be positively charged or it is attached to the positive terminal. So while passing current, what will happen? The solution copper sulfate get dissociated into copper plus, Cu plus and SO4 minus. This is what happening actually. The positive ions, that are the copper ions or cations, automatically move towards the negative terminal. What is in the negative terminal? Spoon. So, the cations, positive ions, get removed from the copper plate and coated on the spoon. So, positive ion, the cations, moves towards cathode, the negative terminal. And the negative ions, which are known as anions, which move towards anode. So, that exist here itself in the positive terminal. So, automatically copper gets plated on the spoon. After passing current for some times, the spoon will become copper plated.
Electroplating has many uses. We use iron in bridges and automobiles to provide strength. However, iron tends to corrode and get rusted easily. But coating zinc on iron protect it from corrosion and formation of rust. Next about chromium plating. Chromium has shiny appearance. It does not corrode. It resists scratches, but chromium is expensive and it may not be economical to make the whole object with chromium. So, objects such as car parts, bicycle handlebars, things used in bathroom fittings, for example, bath taps, water taps, wheel rims, and even things used in kitchen are made of cheaper metal and only a coating of chromium is deposited over it. Move an electric switch on position. Let the bulb glow for a minute and so. Touch the bulb now. Do you feel the heat? When an electric current passes through the conductor, there is a considerable friction between moving electrons and the molecules of the conductor. During this process, electrical energy is transformed to heat energy. This is known as heating effect of electric current. The heat produced depends on the amount of resistance offered by the wire. Copper wire offers very little resistance and does not get heated up quickly. On the other hand, thin wires of tungsten or nichrome, which are used in bulbs, offers high resistance and get heated up quickly. That's why tungsten wire used in bulbs and nichrome wire used in household appliances. Heating effect of electric current can be seen in many devices. We will discuss some of it. Fuse is an alloy of wire with a very low melting point. This can be connected to the circuit. When the current passing through the wire exceeds the maximum limit, it gets heated up. Due to low melting point, it melts quickly and disconnecting the circuit. Electric cookers. Electric cookers turn red hot when electric current is passed through the coil. The heat energy produced is absorbed by the cooker, by the cooking pot through conduction. Electric kettles. The heating element placed at the bottom of the kettle, which contains water. The heat is then absorbed by the liquid and distributed throughout the liquid by convection. Same way, when the current flows, heat is conducted to the heavy metal base, rising the temperature of iron box. This energy is used to press cloths. The unit of electrical force or electrical pressure is known as volt. So we conclude the chemical effect of electric current used in various applications. One of it is electroplating. So many fields can use this electroplating, as well as the heating effect of electrical energy is also used in our appliances. With that, we come to the end of this lesson, electricity. It's time for you to attend the assignment. Thank you, children. We will meet again with a new topic.